binabanggit niyo po, ma'am, na confluence of events na nangyari, mga petsang binanggit po ninyo, wala pong kinalaman doon sa ginagawang investigasyon ngayon ng aming task force sa department.
Ibig sabihin, nandyan pa rin yung task force?
Nandiyan pa po yung task force. Hindi pa po natatapos yan dahil...
Ako, magdaan-daan ka ba to?
Ang talagang pwede hong magsabi sa atin ng tama ay ang Korte Suprema.
Na-promote pala kayo. Wala pang isang buwan, na-promote kayo ulit.
Kukontem kita, boss. Baka ako pa magsabi na ako hahatak sa'yo.
So, sino nagbigay ng order kay General Torre na ipasakay sa aeroplano?
It's always the guidance that ang ano po namin is really to assist ang PCTC po.
Kaya nga, PCTC.
PCTC
Were you the
kayo?
one who ordered the boarding of President Duterte sa aeroplano?
Yes, General Alcantara, please.
Mr. Senator, Madam Chair, I've said from time to time that my mandate is to coordinate our law enforcement agencies to comply with the requirement of the Interpol.
Correct. I believe you, sir. Coordination ka lang. Coordination ka lang. Pero sinabi ni General Marvel na ikaw daw nag-order sa
That
kanya.
is the limit of my power.
Yeah.
That's the
But
limit.
according to General Marvel, ikaw daw nag-order sa
and
kanila
that is-
na isakay sa aeroplano si
And that
Pangulong
is the
Duterte.
limit also of my authority. That's my mandate.
To
My
have him.
mandate is to coordinate,
Coordinate.
disseminate.
So, for the record, hindi ka nagbigay ng order kay General Marvel na isakay siya sa aeroplano? Hindi. For the record.
For the record, I am not the authority to order the arrest, to order the
So just
boarding of the plane.
categorically, did you or did you not give the order to General Marvel?
No.
No. So, General Marvel, are you lying?
So I'm not lying, but I just want to have the executive privilege po regarding this matter, this
Ay,
operational matter.
nandito na tayo eh. Executive privilege ka dyan.
Bakit naging executive privilege?
Kanina
bigla?
sinabi mo, PCTC ang nagbigay ng order. Ngayon, mag-executive privilege ka.
Kung sino-sino na tinuro mo.
That's why we didn't want to attend the last
hearing.
hearing because this is what we were expecting, ma'am. We didn't want to be bullied into a
No,
position.
we're not bullying you, sir.
Nobody's bullying.
We're not
I
bullying
think
you,
that
sir. We're not bullying you, sir.
you're trying to make people admit something that they will not admit.
Well,
And executive
no, we're
privilege is a
trying to
valid
derive
excuse
information.
not to answer any
Secretary
question.
President
Remulla.
Duterte is already at the Hague.
Tapos na
We're
ang
asking
boxing.
kung sino nagpadala doon sa kanya.
Sino
Yun ang
nag-order?
tanong
We're
natin.
trying to understand every step of
As
the
I said
way.
earlier, everything was cleared with the DOJ.
We are not bullying you, sir. Ha? We want the truth.
That's why if we
So,
try
sir-
to make a person admit something that should not be admitted, it means that there is something more to it, which is the clearance given by the DOJ was probably the most important part of it, to serve the warrant of arrest and to surrender the person under the law.
I'm sorry, Secretary Remulla. I recall that General Torre, nagbigay siya ng interview na sinabi niya, bigyan lang ako ng eroplano. Ako nang bahala dyan. Tama po ba? Yung nabasa ko, na sinabi niyo, ako nang bahala, basta bigyan ako ng eroplano. Nabasa po namin sa media, fake news po ba yon o hindi?
Kasi kailangan niyo po talaga siyang ilipad sa daig.
General Torre.
Please panoorin ninyo, nandyan, arrest him, bring him to the Hague, yun lang. Pakita lang.
So paano po
General
binabasa
Torre.
inyo ni PNP Chief Marbil na how did he say that to you? Na no matter what, we need to fly the former president to the Hague and we need to implement the ICC arrest warrant.
Arrest him and bring him to the Hague. Yun na. Simple as that. Arrest him and bring him to the Hague. Sagot ko lang, sir, bigyan mo ko aeroplano. O di ayos.
And then the rest, you planned everything.
Matagal na yun eh. Ang plano na yan, matagal na yan. Hindi yan spur of the moment eh. Matagal na yan. And nagkataon lang na talagang yun, the opportunity arose.
So Secretary Remulla, nagpa-interview na si General Torre. We're not bullying him. He voluntarily gave this interview. And like many of our countrymen, napanood namin. Sinabi niya na siya talaga. Paano ba yun? Sino nag-utos sa kanya?
Ano nga yan, ma'am? Sabi ko nga, clear namin lahat yan. Kasi they were asking me the
Klino po
legalities.
ninyo,
Even if I was
clear.
abroad, my advice was being sought. And I gave them the advice. That,
So kayo
number
ang
one,
nagutos?
serve the warrant of arrest. And number two, surrender him to the Hague. That's what the law provides.
So, sir, you're the one giving the orders.
Well, in some ways, because I gave them the legal basis for all the actions that happened.
So, you're the one giving the orders.
If I have to be the one, then if I am the one
No, sir.
that is referred to, I will admit it.
Kasi
that I gave the clearances to number one, serve the warrant of arrest as I saw it, as I deemed fit, and number two, to fly him to the Hague to be surrendered under Section 17 of Republic Act 9851.
Iba
And
kasi,
then that is, I caused this through my brother,
Yes,
who
sir.
is the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government.
sir, giving orders is different from giving clearance. Klaruhin natin ito.
Well,
Ang tinatanong ko is, sinong nag-utos? Because PNP is a uniform organization. Hindi yan gagalaw kung wala mag-uutos. Ang tinatanong namin ng committee, sino nag-uutos? Ikaw sabi mo, you're the one giving the clearance. Ngayon, ina-admit mo na parang sinasabi mo na kung gano'n man lang, di, ako na nagbibigay ng orders. So, nalalabuan ako doon. Kasi sabi mo, nagki-clearance, nagbibigay ka ng clearance sa kanila. Sa kanilang ginagawa.
kasi
every step
ano
of
yan
the way.
it's a crisis management time eh. Kailangan maklear lahat. Dapat malinaw mag-isip yung mga taong kasama sa
nasabihan
usapan.
mo na ahead of time. Na-clear na lahat yan.
Tinatanong nila sa akin kung ano nga. Ang sinabi ko talaga dyan, number one, you can serve the warrant. And number two, Hague. Surrender him to the Hague under the law.
So-
That is what the law provides.
So ang ibig sabihin, nalaman na ninyo na may warrant bago pa umabot yung March 11, 3 a.m. na sinasabi.
Hindi po. Nalaman
may clearance
ko,
na
unang-una,
before
sasabihin ko
March
sa inyo,
11.
nalaman ko po na merong problema nung March 9, ako po yung nasa airport at sinasabi sa akin, mukhang may mga chismis na merong warrant.
So balik tayo sa
Pero chismis mo yun. Kung alam ko kung totoo yun, hindi na po ako lumipad. I would have stayed here. Pero I had to fly because I had a commitment
So nautusan
with
ninyo ng March
the
9.
UNODC.
So nautusan ninyo ng March 9 si PNP Chief
Hindi ho.
Martil?
Nung dumating po yung warrant, yung diffusion order, pinadala po sa akin yan. Siyempre, ang technology naman, nasa Vienna po ako, kahit iba yung oras. Nung nakita ko po yung diffusion order, sabi ko, that's valid. You can serve it. Tsaka may warrant na kasama kasi yun eh. May warrant po kasama na pinadala sa akin eh. Sabi ko, it's a valid warrant.
Akala ko yung diffusion hindi warrant. Bakit
Hindi ba, may
bumalik na
kasama
naman
ho
tayo
warrant
sa
yun.
unang usapin?
It had an accompanying warrant which was given to me. And that warrant which was the one that was served to the former president.
naman tayo sa diffusion order. Wala na naman si RA 9851. Nakakalito po eh, papalit-palit po tayo.
Ano ho yan eh, magkatali po sila, hindi ho pwedeng paghiwalayin yung dalawa.
Hindi ko hinihiwalay. Tinatanong ko lang kung alin ba talaga. Kasi magulo yun. Ang dami-dami ninyong pinagbabasehan.
Kaya nga dito ho kasi, hindi tayo matatapos sa pangungusap dito, sapagkat ang talagang pwede hong magsabi sa atin ng tama ay ang Korte Suprema. At kaya nga,
Hindi,
kahit
simple
na ayaw
lang-
po natin sabihin, pero ito po talaga ang pinag-uusapan dito po sa mga petisyon na final ng pamilya ni former President Duterte sa Korte Suprema.
Hindi, simple lang tanong ko yung proseso, no? So, siguro tanungin natin sa PCTC, who ordered the arrest and ordered the PNP to mobilize? Nung natanggap ninyo, hindi, gusto lang namin maintindihan step by step. Hindi masyadong maliwanag sa amin eh.
Madam Chair, ulitin ko po yung aking mga nasabi ng nakaraan. Ang diffusion po ay dumating ng alas 3 ng umaga. It arrived at 3 a.m. in the morning. So I disseminated the diffusion to our concerned law enforcement agencies. And so,
Sino doon? Sino doon ang
ang ating pong mga
sinabihan?
kasama sa law enforcement agencies ay ang
So,
Philippine
from the
National
PCTC,
Police.
saan po pumunta?
Philippine National Police po,
Sino
Ang,
sa PNP?
Ang binigyan ko po ng notice ay ang Chief of Philippine National Police,
Okay, si General Marbil.
ang ating pong National Bureau of Investigation, ang
Yes.
NBI po, ang ating pong Bureau of Immigration,
Okay.
si Commissioner
So,
Biado,
DOJ yan. Opo.
ang ating pong Department of Justice, sinabihan ko rin po.
Okay.
So,
Sa
yun
lahat
po,
yan?
yun po ang trabaho ng National Central Bureau Manila. May dumating po tayong diffusion or red notice or red diffusion. Kaya kailangan pong i-pan out ko po sa ating mga law enforcement agencies. Mandate ko po yun. Trabaho ko po yun.
Tama. Maraming salamat, Executive Director. Tinatanong lang natin kasi yung arrest was effected without a warrant issued by a Philippine court, di ba? So, ang sinasabi ba natin yung aresto dahil sa administrative arrest? Kasi, yun nga, sa extradition, there's a warrant issued by a foreign court and there's still a need to go to the local court. So, surrender under 9851. Does it authorize an administrative arrest? Ang narinig lang natin, babalik talaga sa korteng lokal. Paano ba yun? Ano ba ang nangyari?
Ano ho yan eh?
Administrative arrest ba
Kasi
yan?
ito po kasi, it's a case of first impression. Ngayon lang po nasubukan o lumabas yung kahalagahan ng probisyon na Section 17 ng 9851. Wala ho tayong record dito na kung anong tama dati, anong tama ngayon, anong tama bukas. Ito po ay sumasanda lang sa paningin po na nagpapatupad ng batas. At sa aming pong paningin ay sinabi po sa batas, Section 17, maaari kong basahin.
Kanya-kanyang paningin, kanya-kanyang
Oho,
interpretasyon.
kasi iba ho ang
Pwede ba
interpretasyon
naman
ng...
yun?
Hindi, ang Senado po, ibang interpretasyon ng chairman, ng chairperson. Ang DOJ po,
Hindi, si
ibang
Senator
interpretasyon.
Cayetano ang
Iba rin po, ang
nakatanggal mo
interpretasyon ni Justice Ascuna. At kaya nga ho, matatapos lang ho ito pag nagsalita na po ang Korte Suprema. Hindi na ho talaga, wala ho mananalo sa atin dito sa argumento kasi Korte Suprema lang po
Hindi,
ang
nagpapaliwanag
pwede
lang
magsabi.
tayo. Inaalam
Opo.
ko lang. Kung
Kasi ano
talagang-
ito eh, case of first impression eh, ma'am, Madam Chair. This is a case of first impression.
Pero naiiba ang administrative arrest at saka yung tinatawag na judicial, di ba? With an ICC warrant, then sa extradition case, there's also a warrant issued by a foreign court, pero pinipilit pa rin na local court pa rin ang mag-e-enforce. Kaya hindi ko masyado naintindihan dahil pati yung Yusek Castro sabi, ang bayan daw, hindi daw tatanggapin si PRRD kahit palayain ng ICC. So, why would the Philippines recognize an ICC warrant if it doesn't recognize ICC jurisdiction?
Ano
Alin
ho
ba
yan eh?
talaga yan? Yung
Warrant
administrative
over
o
the
hindi?
individual po yan, hindi naman sa estado natin eh. Na it's a warrant issued against an individual, not against our state, not against the Philippine government.
Wala naman nagsasabi na talagang against the state. Ang sinasabi ko lang, ang higpit din. Miski ng administrative arrest, alam natin yan. May bagong kaso, 2023, binanggit na Attorney Medina, Yuyuenle, na kaso sa immigration. Ang liwaliwanag, 8 ang guidelines. So, mabigat-bigat yan. Hindi naman na isatupad kasi babalik nga sa korteng lokal. So, nagtataka ako kung ano nga bang klaseng aresto to?
Ang masasabi ko ho dito talaga, kasi nga, ito nga yung saklaw ng pinag-uusapan sa Korte Suprema. Kaya sa akin po, mas gugustuhin kong intayin ang magiging hatol ng Korte Suprema sa issue. Hindi ho natin, kahit magdamag po tayo rito, hindi ho magbabago ang paningin nyo at hindi ho magbabago ang paningin ko.
Ang sinasabi ko, lahat ng ebidensya, dokumento, testigo nang galing sa gobyerno ng Pilipinas. Lahat ng pangyayari ay nasapit dito sa Pilipinas. Ang buong kaso ng ICC sa ebidensya at testigo ibinigay ng Pilipinas. Bakit di na lang ang admin ang nagsampa ng kaso kay Presidente Duterte sa husgadong Pilipino? Takot ba tayo sa dating Pangulo? Wala ba tayong kumpiyansa sa ating mga huwes, sa ating mga husgado? Tignan natin ang mga kaso sa ICC. Ang liwaliwanag, unang-una, doon sa ebidensya ng ICC prosecutor, nanggaling lahat sa agendang ibinigay at kinalat ng ICC. Ang liwanag eh. Kasi lahat ng dokumento galing sa PNP, galing sa drug watch list, financial records, forensic evidence. Ikalawa, yung timing. Nagdududa kami kasi una, may committee report yung Quadcom ng 18 December. Pagkatapos yung prosecutor, agad-agad, pumila na ng warrant of arrest sa February 10. Pagkatapos noon, March 7, may ICC warrant. So, looking at this series of coincidences, parang may all-of-government approach na dakipin ng dating Pangulo. Ang hindi namin maintindihan, klarong-klaro naman na ito rin ang binasehan ng ICC case. So, gusto lang namin maintindihan kung paano nangyari. Hindi naman nila makukuha yan kundi galing gobyerno.
Pwede po akong sumagot, ma'am. Yung binabanggit niyo po, ma'am, na confluence of events na nangyari, mga petsang binanggit po ninyo, wala pong kinalaman doon sa ginagawang investigasyon ngayon ng aming task force sa department.
Ibig sabihin, nandyan pa rin yung task force?
Nandiyan pa ho yung task force. Hindi pa po natatapos yan dahil
Naku, magdahan-dahan ka ba to?
dahil sa napakarami pa pong kasong dapat tingnan. Ngayon, ang banggit niyo po, Madam Chair, is that bakit hindi na lang dito gawin yung investigasyon? Iba po yung naging subject ng investigation, kung di po ako nagkakamali, patungkol sa dating Pangulo. While it covers the period 2011 to 2019. Ito pong mga investigasyon na ginagawa ngayon ng task force ay patungkol po doon sa mga biktima, naging biktima ng tinasabing drug war. At itong pong mga tao na to ay ngayon pa lamang lumalabas. Sinasabi po natin, meron pong mga dokumento, andyan dyan yung mga ehensya na pwedeng lapitan. Hindi po ganun kadali.
Pero maliwanag yung 2016 to 2019 na sinasabi nyo sa ICC, sako pa rin ng task force ninyo.
Sako po siya, pero hindi
kaya
po
nga,
siya aktual na kaso na subject noong kaso na kinakaharap ngayon ng ating dating Pangulo. Ang amin pong ginagawa ngayon ay tingnan itong mga
but they're
kaso.
overlapping surely, Prosecutor Fadulion.
They may overlap, that's what we're trying to find out. That's what we're trying to find out po, ma'am. But what we're just saying,
I think there's no mystery. Nandyan naman sa warrant of arrest ng ICC, nandyan naman sa prosecutor's brief. Maliwanag naman.
yes, it would overlap, ma'am. I would agree with you if the subject matter and the persons involved and the victims are the same. But remember, there are so many other cases which are being cited, and these are the ones which are being looked into by the department right now. Kaya kinakausap po yung mga testigo, at dapat po sana nating maunawaan na ito po ay pinaglipasan na ng panahon. Ilang taon na po ang nakadaan dito. Hahagilapin po yung mga testigo, ang mga dokumento at mga ebidensya.
Kaya nga, nung unang hearing, sinabi talaga ni SOJ Remulla na natuklasan lang nila na magkakaroon ng warrant nung March 11. Pero nakikita natin, buwan-buwan na ito. Nag-umpisa pa nung Mayo, aktibong-aktibo na. At it involves the cooperation of so many government officials. Pero by the way, congratulations, na-promote pala kayo. Wala pang isang buwan, na-promote kayo ulit. At napunta kayo sa CIDG 2024, di po ba? Isang buwan after the Kibuloy arrest. Tama po ba?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were assigned to the CIDG specifically. What would you say are the main mandates of the CIDG? Anong mission nito?
We're the lead investigating unit of the PNP on matters delving on major crimes and those involving economic sabotage and other sensational cases that may be assigned by the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
So, to reiterate, it's monitoring, investigation, and prosecution of all crimes related to economic sabotage and other crimes of such magnitude to the extent that they're commissioned by highly placed or professional criminal syndicates are involved. Tama po ba yun?
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is your mission. in
That's the
fact.
general mission, ma'am.
Yes. And part of the CID mission as well is to investigate major violations of the revised penal code, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the CIDG is largely the elite investigation arm of the PNP, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Kung ganon, yung pag-aaresto ng high-profile persons katulad ni PRRD, kasama sa core function ninyo, investigasyon pa rin ba yun?
Implementation of warrants is part of CIDG's mandate, ma'am.
Yes, but it's the after effect. It's not the core function. Bakit kayo naging lead? Kitang-kita naman, nung March 11, not only was the CIDG involved in the arrest, kayo pa rin yung lead sa operation.
Yes,
We can clearly see na kayo ang pinakamataas. You were the highest ranking member of the PNP in many of the videos.
I was directed by the Chief of the Philippine National Police, ma'am.
Yes, perhaps our Chief PNP can explain bakit yung CIDG ang naging lead, samantalang investigasyon ang dapat mission nila.
Ma'am, I just want to, yun sa background po natin, yun sa PNP po, ang Interpol PCTC ang dalawa lang po yung pinapadala niya, no? Pagka dun sa PNP po, ang main task po namin, pagka PCTC, CIDG, ang sa NBI naman, NBI Interpol. So usually, pagka may request po ang PCTC, ang pinaka-diretso po namin is CIDG, not any other unit when it comes to arrest po.
Pero you had the choice, ano?
Madam Chair.
Hindi naman lagi CIDG nag-aaresto nitong mga high-profile personalities. Wala naman ako nakikitang CIDG sa TV pag nakikita yung iba't ibang krimen. Hindi naman lagi sila eh.
Ma'am, when it comes to the request of the PCTC, ang tasking po is always sa CIDG po. Yun po yung ano natin sa
Ang
PCTC.
binanggit ni Executive Director ay yung NBI. Wala siyang binanggit na CIDG.
Ma'am, when it comes to the PNP, ang PNP po, ang automatic po namin, it's from me, I always task the CIDG po when it comes to Interpol matters po.
So it's in fact your choice. General Torre is a trusted and competent general, and that's the reason you chose him.
No, ma'am, that's for me, it's always the CIDG when it comes to yung mga national po ng, ano po, ng huli po.
Yes, Senator Bato, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. General Marbel, kung si General Torre ang pinapa-operate mo doon, ibig bang sabihin na lahat ng actions niya, lahat ng ginawa niya ay sanction mo?
Opo, it's under po ng Philippine National Police po yan.
So lahat ng ginawa niya, sagot mo?
Yes, sir, opo.
Thank you. That's the PNP that I would like to believe. Whatever your people does or fail to do, sagot mo. Diba?
Just want to clarify, no? Ang sinasabi po natin, all legal po. Ang sinasabi lang, we're just assisting po yung PCTC. That's reasonable po na ang request po is coming from PCTC
I'm not
po.
referring to PCTC anymore. Yung sa kabuuhan ng operation.
Dito po sa Philippine National Police, lahat po ng action ng Philippine National under po sa atin, it's all legal po. When it comes to illegal, meron naman po kami mga ginagawa po dyan.
Hindi ko na sinabi illegal. Akin lang, basta yung ginawa ng tao mo, sagot mo. Dahil ikaw si PNP, di ba? Dapat ganun. Yan man talagang kwan natin, trabaho natin. Sagot ko kayo lahat dahil you are carrying out my orders.
Yes, sir. Tama po yan. Kasi ang mandate po ng CID is really to effect po yung mga warrants of arrest po.
Okay, just for the record. Just for the record, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Yes, maraming salamat. Palibhasa inassign nga ni Chief PNP si General Torre bilang lead ng pag-aaresto kay former President. Masasabi ba natin na yung aresto ni PRRD ay CIDG operation?
It's a PCTC operation, ma'am, requested to the Philippine National Police.
Pero kayo ang lead. So ikaw ang masasabi natin. Kitang-kita naman doon sa video, kayo nagmamando, sangkatutak yung pulis, pero kayo yung pinakamatasang rango. Pagkatapos, talagang CIDG operation ng labas. Tama ba yun?
Sa level, ma'am, ng implementation ng orders, pagbigay ng mission, that is led by me, supported by the other units of the Philippine National Police as directed by the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
That's
ma'am.
right, but I did not see any other higher-ranking generals than you. You were the only one there. You were clearly the one leading the pack and determining what would happen next.
Baka hindi lang siguro ma'am na nakikita ang ibang high-ranking officers doon sapagkat nakamix ang
Sinabi mo nga,
kanilang-
Nick, na you said that, well, sir, ako ang pinakamataas dito.
Yes, sir.
I'm two-star, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you stick to that.
Pero meron sir mga matataas na official
Oh,
doon,
pero
sir.
ikaw,
At
sinabi
together
mo
with me,
lahat.
sir,
Sino-sino na mas mataas sa'yo at nagmamando? Wala naman kasi kaming narinig. Ikaw lang ang nandun. Wala namang masama kung ikaw ang inassign. Eh di syempre, gagampanan mo, di ba?
We are under the direction of the Chief PNP. He was there personally. Ang pag-implement lang sir ng ng actual arrest ay ang aking ginawa, and I operated under that direction to ensure the proper service of the warrant, the observation of the law, protection of the arrested person, and ensuring his safe delivery
Okay lang.
sa kung saan man siya pinapadala sa akin.
So
ma'am.
simple lang. Was it a CIDG operation? Yes or no lang po? Para
No
maliwanag
ma'am, that's
na.
a PNP operation.
CIDG bahagi naman ng PNP, pero sa dinami-dami ng division, sa dinami-dami ng pangkat sa PNP, CIDG ang pinili ng Chief PNP na maglulunsad nito. Tama po ba?
That is an operation, composite operation. That is an operation headed by a composite team of the PNP led by the director of the CIDG, ma'am.
So, who give the orders to
The chief.
have President Duterte transported to The Hague? Sino nagbigay sa'yo ng order?
Sir, my order is to serve, the order that I received from the Chief of the Philippine National Police is to serve the warrant and ensure his delivery to the 250th wing, to the team that will deliver him to The Hague. On the nuances of the higher authorities, I may not be privy to that information.
Okay, hanggang doon lang sa 250. Sino nagpadala sa kanya sa aeroplano? Nagpasakay sa aeroplano?
The order for me, sir, is to deliver him to the team that will deliver him to The Hague. And
Sinong team na yun?
Na-establish naman natin, sir, that it is done by the Interpol.
Interpol. Sinong Interpol doon? Sinong Interpol doon?
Si Ambassador Lacanilaw?
Siya, kanila o nag-order sa'yo na isakay sa aeroplano?
Sir, I think we have already established. Yung order ko is for me to deliver him to the 250th wing and deliver him to the team.
Okay,
at assist the
nandun na
team.
siya sa 250th wing. Ngayon, pinilit mo siyang ilabas. Nakita ko pa yung matanda, humawak sa lamisa. Ayaw siya magpadala sa'yo. Ayaw niyang sumakay sa aeroplano. Sino nag-order sa'yo na isakay siya sa aeroplano? Sino nag-order sa'yo?
Can I defer the questions, sir? The answer to the questions to the SOJ, considering that I have a team
you
of
are the
PG
one
there.
there. Wala si SOJ doon. Ikaw ang nagkarga sa kanya sa aeroplano. Kaya tinatanong kita, who gave you the order?
Still, sir, I take my orders from the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
So, Chief PNP, you give the order to have former President Duterte board the plane?
Ma'am, I think that from the very beginning, the DOJ's advice was sought on every step of the way.
Yes, sir.
And we gave the clearance to serve the warrant
Yes, sir.
of arrest.
I am asking them because they are on the ground. Sila ang nag-implement doon. Kaya, Chief PNP, you give the order to the CIDG?
The order of to the CID is really to assist the PCTC when it comes to arrest po.
So, sino nagbigay ng order kay General Torre na ipasakay sa aeroplano?
It's always the guidance that ang ano po namin is really to assist ang PCTC po.
Kaya nga, PCTC.
PCTC
Were you the
kayo?
one who ordered the boarding of President Duterte sa aeroplano?
Yes. General Alcantara, please.
Mr. Senator, Madam Chair, I've said from time to time that my mandate is to coordinate our law enforcement agencies to comply with the requirement of the Interpol.
Correct. I believe you, sir. Coordination ka lang. ng coordination ka lang. Pero sinabi ni General Marvel
That
na
is
ikaw
the-
daw nag-order sa
That
kanya.
is the limit of my power.
Yeah,
That's the
but
limit.
according to General Marvel, ikaw daw nag-order sa
and
kanila
that is-
na isakay sa aeroplano si
And
Pangulong
that is the
Duterte.
limit also of my authority. That's my mandate.
To
My
have him.
mandate is to coordinate,
Coordinate.
disseminate.
So, for the record, hindi ka nagbigay ng order kay General Marvel na isakay siya sa aeroplano? Hindi. For the record.
For the record, I am not the authority to order the arrest, to order the
So just
boarding of the plane.
categorically, did you or did you not give the order to General Marvel?
No.
No. So, General Marvel, are you lying?
Sir, I'm not lying, but I just want to have the executive privilege po regarding this matter, this
Ay,
operational matter.
nandito na tayo eh. Executive privilege ka dyan.
Bakit naging executive privilege?
Kanina,
bigla?
sinabi mo, PCTC ang nagbigay ng order. Ngayon, mag-executive privilege ka.
Kung sino-sino na tinuro mo.
That's
biglang
why we didn't want to
executive
attend the last
privilege.
hearing because this is what we were expecting, ma'am. We didn't want to be bullied into a
No,
position.
we're not bullying you, sir.
Nobody's bullying.
We're not
I
bullying
think
you,
that
sir. We're not bullying you, sir.
you're trying to make people admit something that they will not admit. And
No,
executive
we're
privilege is
trying
a
to
valid
derive
excuse
information.
not to answer any
Secretary
question.
President
Remulla.
Duterte is already at the Hague.
Tapos na
We're
ang
asking
boxing.
kung sino nagpadala doon sa kanya.
Sino
Yun ang
nag-order?
tanong
We're
natin.
trying to understand every step of
As
the
I said
way.
earlier, everything was cleared with the DOJ.
We are not bullying you, sir. Ha? We want the truth.
That's why if we
So, sir-
try to make a person admit something that should not be admitted, it means that there is something more to it, which is the clearance given by the DOJ was probably the most important part of it, to serve the warrant of arrest and to surrender the person under the law.
I'm sorry, Secretary Remulla. I recall that General Torre, nagbigay siya ng interview na sinabi niya, bigyan lang ako ng eroplano. Ako nang bahala dyan. Tama po ba? Yung nabasa ko, na sinabi niyo, ako nang bahala, basta bigyan ako ng eroplano. Nabasa po namin sa media, fake news po ba yun o hindi?
Kasi kailangan niyo po talaga siyang ilipad sa dahil.
General Torre.
Please panoorin ninyo, nandyan, arrest him, bring him to the Hague, yun lang. Pakita lang.
So paano
General
po ibinabasa
Torre.
inyo ni PNP Chief Marbil na how did he say that to you? Na no matter what, we need to fly the former president to the Hague and we need to implement the ICC arrest warrant.
Arrest him and bring him to the Hague. Yun lang. Simple as that. Arrest him and bring him to the Hague. Sagot ko lang, sir, bigyan mo ko aeroplano. O di ayos.
And then the rest, you planned everything.
Matagal na yun eh. Ang plano na yan, matagal na yan. Hindi yan spur of the moment eh. Matagal na yan. And nagkataon lang na talagang yun, the opportunity arose.
So Secretary Remulla, nagpa-interview na si General Torre. We're not bullying him. He voluntarily gave this interview. And like many of our countrymen, napanood namin. Sinabi niya na siya talaga. Paano ba yun? Sino nag-utos sa kanya?
Ano nga yan, ma'am? Sabi ko nga, clear namin lahat yan. Kasi they were asking me the
Klino po
legalities.
ninyo,
Even if I was
clear.
abroad, my advice was being sought. And I gave them the advice. That,
So kayo
number
ang
one,
nagutos?
serve the warrant of arrest. And number two, surrender him to the Hague. That's what the law provides.
So, sir, you're the one giving the orders.
Well, in some ways, because I gave them the legal basis for all the actions that happened.
So, you're the one giving the orders.
If I have to be the one, then if I am the one
No, sir.
that is referred to, I will admit it.
Kasi
That I gave the clearances to number one, serve the warrant of arrest as I saw it, as I deemed fit, and number two, to fly him to the Hague to be surrendered under Section 17 of Republic Act 9851.
Iba kasi,
And then that is, I caused this through my brother,
Yes,
who
sir.
is the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government.
sir, giving orders is different from giving clearance. Klaruhin natin ito.
Well,
Ang tinatanong ko is, sinong nag-utos? Because PNP is a uniform organization. Hindi yan gagalaw kung wala mag-uutos. Ang tinatanong namin ng komite, sino nag-uutos? Ikaw sabi mo, you're the one giving the clearance. Ngayon, ina-admit mo na parang sinasabi mo na kung gano'n man lang, ako na nagbibigay ng orders. So, nalalabuan ako doon. Kasi sabi mo, nagki-clearance, nagbibigay ka ng clearance sa kanila. Sa kanilang ginagawa.
kasi
every step of the way.
it's a crisis management time eh. Kailangan maklear lahat. Dapat malinaw mag-isip yung mga taong kasama sa
Nasabihan
usapan.
mo na ahead of time. Na-clear na lahat yan.
Tinatanong nila sa akin kung ano nga. Ang sinabi ko talaga dyan, number one, you can serve the warrant. And number two, Hague. Surrender him to the Hague under the law.
So-
That is what the law provides.
So ang ibig sabihin, nalaman na ninyo na may warrant bago pa umabot yung March 11, 3 a.m. na sinasabi.
Hindi po.
may
Nalaman ko,
clearance na
una-una,
before
sasabihin ko
March
sa inyo,
11.
nalaman ko po na merong problema nung March 9, ako po yung nasa airport at sinasabi sa akin, mukhang may mga chismis na merong warrant.
So balik tayo sa
Pero
chismis.
chismis mo yun. Kung alam ko kung totoo yun, hindi na po ako lumipad. I would have stayed here. Pero I had to fly because I had a commitment
So nautusan
with
ninyo ng March
the
9.
UNODC.
So nautusan ninyo ng March 9 si PNP Chief
Hindi ho.
Martil?
Nung dumating po yung warrant, yung diffusion order, pinadala po sa akin yan. Siyempre, ang technology naman, nasa Vienna po ako, kahit iba yung oras. Nung nakita ko po yung diffusion order, sabi ko, that's valid. You can serve it. Tsaka may warrant na kasama kasi yun eh. May warrant po kasama na pinadala sa akin eh. Sabi ko, it's a valid warrant.
Akala ko yung diffusion hindi warrant. Bakit
Hindi ba,
bumalik
may
na
kasama
naman
ho
tayo sa
warrant yun.
unang usapin?
It had an accompanying warrant which was given to me. And that warrant which was the one that was served to the former president.
Balikan muna natin ang CIDG. Kasi sinabi nga dito sa interview na pinanood natin na alam na ninyo na meron kayong papel sa pag-aaresto. Masasabi ba ninyo na well-planned itong arrest? Kasi it was planned weeks in advance. May nakita tayo dito na naabutan na ninyo, matagal ng plano yan. Pwede ba nating paliwanag itong statement po ninyo, anticipation? Kasi yan ang actually pagdating ko, may plano na. Anticipation ng warrant. Sabi ninyo pagdating nyo. So dumating kayo mga bandang September, meron na yan.
Ma'am, maraming salamat talaga sa tanong na yan. For me to clarify that statement na natitwist na sa social media. That interview is made from the context of the chief of the CIDG. Isang part lamang ng PNP, maliit lang akong parte ng PNP, na may sariling mandato. Kaya tumatakbo sa akin, ma'am, yung crisis, palaging tumatakbo dyan, bilang operations officer, bilang commander, yung 4 P's of contingency planning. Predict, prevent, prepare, perform. Palaging may plano. Dahil nagbabasa ako ng dyaryo, ito may possibility na lalabas ang mga to. So, naghahanda ako na pag inutusan ako ng Chief PNP, hindi ako magsimula sa zero. So, it's not about anything, about sinister or anything, but it's just part of my job to plan for it. So, ano ang mga dapat pag may lumabas may mga wanted person, in-anticipate natin lalabas ang warrant?
So hindi pa dumarating yung diffusion notice noong March 11, may plano ka na.
Hindi ko po dinidinayan, ma'am. Part ng aking trabaho ang mag-prepare ng contingencies.
Tama,
para pag
hindi naman
nautusan
kita
ako, naka-ready
binibintang.
po yan, ma'am.
Meron kang interview, sinabi nga na January 2025, nagkumpuni ka na ng secret 80-page plan na ang tawag Operation Pursuit ng New York Times. Ang pagkaintindi natin, Plan Tugis. Tama ba yun?
Wala po akong sinabing ganyan, ma'am. Kung sino man ang source niyan, I'm not very sure about it.
Lumabas sa lahat ng media, sa GMA, pati New York Times, sinabi.
Pwede po nating makita, ma'am, kung
Hindi
if
ko
possible.
alam. Yan lang ang nabasa ko, katulad ng marami. Operation Pursuit, tapos translate Plan Tugis.
Okay, may pangalan ho ba ako na naging source, ma'am, kung pwede ko makita? Kasi until this point, gusto ko rin po, ma'am, maraming salamat sa pag-clarify nito. Gusto ko sana makita, ma'am, yung
Ang
pangalan ko
sinabi,
talaga.
ang PNP, ang nagplano na ng isang Oplan Tugis.
I'm
na
just one of the-
napakahaba ng
Ayun lang, ma'am. I'm just one of the 220. Unfortunately, I'm just one of the 220,000 policemen of the PNP right now. Kung sino source nila, gusto ko sana nga makita, ma'am, na ang pangalan ko talaga is nandyan, na sinabi ko yan. Kasi na-attribute sa akin yan, ma'am eh. Kaya I'm really thankful
Yeah,
at this opportunity to clear that
Yes, Senator
Madam Chair.
Bato.
News.
Andyan, oh.
How about that Chief PNP? Hindi kayo source yan?
Yeah, sabi kasi si PNP Chief Marbil inutusan si General Torre na ilalagay si Presidente Duterte under police custody as soon as the ICC issues the arrest warrant.
Wala po kaming ganyan at hindi ko po nakita yung Oplan Tugis na sinasabi nyo ngayon.
So ibig sabihin yung New York Times, lahat ng local media sinungaling. Okay lang, I mean sabihin lang natin alin yung totoo, alin yung hindi para maliwanagan kami.
Madam Chair, mas naniniwala ako sa kanila pag sinabi nila yan kaysa dyan sa mga lumalabas na balita. Kapag sinabi nila na hindi silang source, naniniwala ako.
Okay, paniwalaan natin. Tama naman, dapat paniwalaan ng kapulisan. Meron ba kayong memorandum, document, outline tungkol dito sa aresto ng March 10 or March 11? Bago pa dumating yung warrant, meron na ba kayong plano? Kasi sabi nga ninyo, General Torre, lagi kayong naghahanda for any eventuality. Crisis management nga naman.
For the specific, yung March 11, ma'am, wala talagang pre-planned na sinasabing itong specific. Kaya on the fly ngayon, ma'am, na ginawa, ma'am eh. So, everything that was done there, based on the contingencies, meron tayong mga, may situation analysis, may...
Pero sinabi rin ninyo, matagal ng plano yan.
Yes, ma'am.
Naabutan ko na yan. Pagdating ko, meron na yan. Anticipation na kami.
Actually, ma'am, ang pinaka-mother of plan yan, ma'am, baka kasi yung pursuit na yan, hindi tugi sa pinagsimulan, baka manhunt. Kaya pursuit, baka manhunt yung manhunt Charlie natin, na mayroong ganyan ang PNP.
Hindi
The
eh.
accounting of wanted persons.
Hindi po, General Torre, kasi may PNP memos for deployment. Pinirmahan ni Chief PNP Marbil, March 10 pa lang. Wala pang arrest warrant, magde-deploy na tayo ng kapulisan sa NCR at pati na rin sa Davao. Di ba? May memo tayo, pinakita natin nung first hearing. Yes, Chief Marbil, please.
Ma'am, that's a regular deployment po yung pinapadala po natin. Yun po yung ano natin.
Bakit kayo nagde-deploy? Wala pang warrant?
That's already part of the contingencies. Kasi hindi naman natin madi-deny na napaka-high profile ni PRRD. Ito na nga, may preparation na may probability na lalabas itong order na to. On my part, lalabas ang
Pero
order na to.
sabi, nung unang hearing ni Secretary John Vic, na chismis lang naman, magde-deploy ka sa chismis lamang?
There's really no harm in erring on the side of caution, ma'am. Palaging ganyan. Prevent after the prediction. We prevent whatever. Kaya palaging predict yan ang scanning the operational environment, threat assessments,
So wala
preparation,
talagang
IPB.
plano. Pero sinabi mo, matagal ng plano yan. Alin ba talaga?
The contingencies are there, ma'am. Hindi na sinasabing wala talaga kaming alam at wala kaming pinaghahandaan. May contingencies tayo, ma'am. So it's always there.
So you're
part of the
saying that
PNP.
it was just general contingency planning,
Yes, ma'am.
no specific incident was anticipated? Although, sinabi rin ninyo, anticipation ko na yan.
Pagdating ng mga...
Anticipation ng warrant ng ICC. That's very specific po.
Ma'am.
Hindi siya generic contingency planning.
Opo. Part na ho ng aking trabaho na ma'am yan, nakita ko na, sabi ko, nako, paano pag nautusan ako bigla, lumabas ang warrant at i-implement ito. Nasa Hong Kong ang ating subject. So, that's all part of the anticipation already and the
So in
contingency
fact, there was a
planning.
plan.
Ma'am,
So in fact, there was a plan.
There was a-
Kasi nag-anticipate na kayo na
ina-adjust na
magkakaroon
lang-
ng warrant.
Ina-adjust natin ang contingencies, ma'am. Ina-adjust ko ang contingencies so that pagdating ng specific na order
Kayo
sa
lang ang
akin,
nagplano mag-isa sa buong PNP?
I'm the head of the CIDG, ma'am. I have,
Pero kayo lang ang nagplano
I have
ng
2,000
operation.
people. I have 2,000 people under me.
Sir. I understand, General. And we respect the CIDG for its outstanding track record. Kaya lang, tinatanong ko lang, kasi sinabi ninyo na iba-ibang grupo ang nagkumpune ng task force o kung ano man ang tawag doon, na iba-ibang bahagi ng PNP, hindi lang naman CIDG kasi ayaw ninyong tawagin na CIDG operation. Sino-sino pa ang kasama sa planning dito sa anticipation ng ICC warrant?
Thank you very much for the praises to the CIDG, ma'am, first and foremost. Ako rin, ma'am, ang naglabas ng mga request na ito po ang mga components na kailangan, ang mga makakailangan ko at
Sino-sino
ma-engage
po?
just in case na ito ay it will come down. So if you have seen, meron doon mga special action force, kasi nga, ni-request ko ang mga yon. I requested them through the Chief PNP. Sir, I need a Special Action Force. I also need the NCRPO to stand by on alert na ang kanilang mga civil disturbance management ay mag-ready rin just in case na magkaroon ng mga rally, magkaroon ng mga mass movements, ready rin kami
So kahit papano, hindi totoo na walang plano kasi may anticipation ka na eh. At saka
Definitely, ma'am.
nananawagan ka na sa
Definitely.
iba't ibang tropa.
Definitely, we are denying that plan from the context of being sinister and really plotting against the former president. It's not like that. We are just making sure that the PNP will be up to its mandate of protecting the peace and order and the well-being of the citizens, even though this an event as controversial as this goes down.
So Chief Marbil, tama ba inauthorize ninyo na tawagan yung iba't ibang pangkat ng PNP si General Torre? Siya nang namahala ng lahat.
Ma'am, ako po ang in charge po ng Philippine National Police. I just ordered General Torre to prepare. Yun po yung contingency natin. Kasi we heard from the news coming from the former president that there will be an ICC. That's
Pero
coming-
iba-iba na yung mga grupo na tinatawagan niya, hindi na si IGG lang.
That's ma'am, dun sa atin sa ano natin, meron po yung power ng CIDG that's really to help from other units po. Okay naman po sa Philippine National Police po yan.
Okay, eto naman tayo sa mga nangyari doon sa Villamor na, no, sa 250th. Ano na ang nangyari doon? Gusto lang natin malaman at itatanong kung anong nangyari dahil nandito na tayo, no? Umabot na tayo sa Villamor. Was there a time na may binantaan ka o tinakot o pinagsabihan kung sino man doon?
At the end of the day, ma'am, everything that happened in the 250th wing is for the purpose of bringing the former president to the plane peacefully. So, nandun yung continuum on the application of forces. So, nandun yung pakiusap muna na ginawa namin simula pa nang siya ay ma-take into custody up to nang isasakay na siya. So, continuum forces. Pakiusap and everything, and kailangan there's always a time to tell them that
parang hindi na pakiusap ang nangyari.
Yes, ma'am.
Kasi inaresto na ninyo si Attorney Medialdeo, sabi ninyo, obstruction of justice, tama?
force continuum, ma'am,
At
na hindi
sinabi
na nila sa
ninyo
pakiusap.
doon sa last hearing natin, under oath, sinabi naman ninyo na talagang hinandcuff ninyo at binasahan na ninyo ng Miranda,
Because
tama?
on the force continuum, ma'am, pataas ang application of force. Pinakiusap ko, 10 oras na nakikiusap, hindi masunod, and alas 12 na, mag-alas 10 na, lilipad ng aeroplano,
Pero teka,
in-elevate ko ng konti. So, I became
nandidiin ka
forceful
na.
at that time.
Okay. Pero ang tanong, bakit inaresto? May paghadlang ba sa proseso ng batas? May tunay ba na obstruction of justice? May panahon ba na pinigilan ni E.S. Medialdea kung sino man testigo na magsalita? Binago ba niya? Sinira ba niya yung mga dokumento? Tinago ba niya ang makakatakas na suspect? Lahat ng obstruction of justice, may pekeng pangalan ba na binigay? Pinagtatanggal niya na paglitis ng isang krimen, lahat ba yun? Talagang obstruction of justice. Alin bahagi dyan ang obstruction?
Ang specific po ng ginawa ni E.S. Medialdea para siya ay aking arestuhin sa obstruction of justice, he prevented me from taking physical custody of President Duterte so that he can be boarded on the bus that will bring him the plane. Yun na, ma'am. Kaya part yun, I read him his right. Kaya pataas na pataas, ma'am, ang level ng...
So talaga
How did he prevent you? Kasi ang nakita ko naman, naglagay lang naman siya ng upuan dun para upuan ng dating Pangulo.
He is placing himself between me and the former president, ma'am.
Umarang siya. Kaya ba niyang harangan yon? Daan-daan pulis ang kasama mo?
Ako, ma'am, ang personal na hinarang niya, which is kailangan ko siyang alisin so that I can actually order my men to take custody of the former president and bring him to The Hague.
Ang dami-dami po ninyo. May kakayahan ba o kapangyarihan si E.S. Medialdea na hadlangan ka at yung libo-libong kapulisan na dalhin si PRRD sa Hague?
Yes, ma'am. Kasi nung nandun siya, hindi namin nagawa. Pero inaresto ko siya, nagawa namin, ma'am.
Tama ba yon? Klaro ba kayo na ang ginawa lang, ang sinabi nyo sa last hearing, ang sabi ninyo, he was blocking my way, preventing us. He placed another chair at the side of the president for the former president to sit. Yun lang, naglagay lang ng upuan. Obstruction of justice na ba yan?
Opo, ma'am. Kasi, ma'am, kung hindi siya umalis doon, hindi namin talaga maisakay sa bus si former president. Kaya nga,
Dahil lang sa isang upuan?
no, ma'am. Pag umupo siya uli, problema na uli yun, ma'am. Paano namin siya mapalakad? Di, bubuhatin namin siya.
Libo-libo
Which is, I really
naman
don't
kayo.
want to do. Yes, ma'am.
Apakaklaro naman sa PD 1829. Yung obstruction of justice, iilan lang naman ang patakaran, ilan lang yung pamamagitan para obstruction. Wala namang sinasaad doon na, lalagyan mo ng upuan para maupo yung matanda. Meron bang ganun?
Ma'am, basta ang bottom line lang po dito, ma'am, after he was removed from the area, wala pang 5 minutes, ma'am, the former president said, let's go. Kaya siya ay sumakay ng
What
bus.
particular mode?
Wag mong gawing justification yan na General Torre na porque nahankap mo na si A.S. Medialdea, 5 minutes, nadala mo na kaagad si Pangulong Duterte sa aeroplano. Ang tanong dito ngayon, yung paghankap mo ba, anong justification mo? Yun lang naman. Yun lang naman, bakit?
I stand by it, sir. I read him his rights and tell him what law he's violated and I arrested him and told him exactly what is the basis of my arrest for him. And lawyer siya. Sumama naman sa akin, sir, ng maayos, si E.S. Medialdea. Actually, hindi ko na nga
Sino hindi
nailagay ang-
sasama doon? Kadami ninyo doon.
Kaya nga,
Hinankap
sir.
na ninyo.
Ganun lang talaga, sir, siguro. Dahil there's really a need to put an end on everything at that night na kailangan matapos na yung situation.
Balik tayo. Ilang beses mo na inulit-ulit. Hulihin si President Duterte at dalhin sa daig. Yun talaga mission mo.
Yes, sir.
Sino nag-order sa'yo?
The Chief of the Philippine National Police, sir.
Sir, pakinggan niyo yung question ko kay Ambassador kasi baka may link to sa isang tanong ko sa inyo. Ambassador, if you go one by one sa questions, it seems to me the ICC wants to make sure na nasunod yung due process at saka human rights ng akusado at ng inaresto. In your view, meron po bang violation ng batas sa pag-arrest or pag-detain ni former President Duterte?
Wala po.
So wala.
Opo.
So wala. And you know our law, so walang violation.
Opo, opo.
Okay. How about you, General Torre? May violation ho ba sa arrest or detention ni former President Duterte?
No, sir.
No, wala. Categorical wala tayong violate na law.
No, sir.
Okay. Can I read to you Republic Act 7438, an act defining certain rights of person arrested and detained under custodial investigation as well as the duties of the arresting, detaining, and investigating officer and providing penalties for violation thereof. Section F, any person arrested or detained arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation shall be allowed visits by or conference with any member of his immediate family or any medical doctor or priest, minister chosen by him or by any member of his immediate family or by his counsel. I saw the video, sir. President Duterte was asking for his own doctors. Ang sabi nyo, hindi, may dala kayong doktor na colonel. Tama po ba?
That's one part, sir.
Yes, so
Pero-
you did not allow him to bring in his own doctor.
There's another video that will show that he has his doctors from the Cardinal Santos.
Yes,
sir.
and he was saying kulang yon kasi ano pa sila, di ba? Yung iba pang doctors, pero hindi na pinayagan. There's videos from outside, yung ibang gamit, etc. Correct, sir? So, you can answer. Hindi to yes or no. So, to your point, did you allow all of his doctors in or no?
Sir, we have substantial doctor. I think we have complied with 7438, sir.
Okay, it doesn't say here substantial.
We
It
have
says
complied with
here...
7438, sir.
No, sir. Ang sabi kasi dito, his choice. Hindi nyo choice. Hindi nyo choice i-limit yung doctors niya. Ang sabi nyo, substantial. So, I will clarify. Were there doctors that he requested you did not allow in? Yes
I was
or
not
no?
aware of that, sir.
Okay. You're not aware kung meron pinapasok o wala.
Kung meron siyang ibang
Okay.
additional doctors,
But I saw the video wherein you're saying 2-star, ako na nagdedesisyon, I will not allow VP Sara in. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hindi ba siya anak? Ang nakalagay dito, the person's immediate family shall include his or her spouse, fiancé, parent or child, brother, sister, grandparent, grandchild, uncle, aunt, nephew, niece, etc. Ang penalty nito ay 4 na taon ata na kulong. Penalty clause. Any arresting public officer, employee, or any investigator who fails to inform any person arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation of his right to remain silent and to have competent penalty of not less than 8 years. So, ito, sa letter B, any person who obstructs or prevents any of his lawyers, any member of his family, or person arrested, detained, ayan, medical doctor or priest of his choice 4 years. So, sir, you prevented VP Sara from entering.
At the outset, sir, maraming salamat sa pagbigay sa akin ng pagkakataon na ito para maklarify yan, sir, dahil nung first hearing natin, sir, ay palagay ko na-explain na lahat yan, sir, at nagkaroon ng napakaraming mga...
Nung first hearing, sir, ang pinag-usapan kasi doon na lawyer. Ako, upon looking at the Constitution, kaming mga senador, we cannot appear before the court but we can practice. Pero ang presidente, vice president cannot practice. So kasama na ako doon at yung ibang nagsabing abogada. Pero nung nakita ko tong batas na to, nakalagay, pag anak, you cannot stop them from visiting. And nakita ko yung video, but sabi nyo nga, may kompleto kayong video, that's why I'm asking you, baka naman pinapasok nyo nang hindi ko alam. Sabi mo, 2-star, sir, ako na. Ako nagdesisyon nito, sir. I don't know if you use the word ako mananagot. So, simple lang question ko, did you prevent VP Sara from seeing her father? Yes or no?
Can I expound on this, sir, before I answer the yes,
Yes,
or no,
go ahead.
sir? Thank you, sir. Kaya ako yung nagpapasalamat, sir, na ma-expound yan, sir, dahil after the first hearing, medyo marami-rami ang lumabas, sir, ng mga misinformation regarding that matter, sir. Yes, sir, I did I did deny the request of President Duterte for him to allow VP Sara to enter, sir. Kasi nga naman, sir, mag-alas 10 na yun, sir. And that is already around 12 hours after we first got him into custody. The VP has all the chances to be with the President earlier that day. We are expecting her. Actually, sir, mga alas 3 pa lang, may information na darating siya. And kung gusto talaga nilang pumasok, sir, pwede naman, sir, eh. Kasi,
Hinadlangan mo nga eh, di
ma'am,
ba?
sinundo,
Parang
ma'am, sa loob ng Villamor.
Sinabi nga ninyo na hinarang, di ba?
Yes,
niyo,
ma'am. Ito,
kasi
ma'am, ah.
gabi na,
I
matagal
did.
na.
I did, ma'am. I did really prevent that from the VP. I told the president that she can visit her on the detention cell in Hague. Sabi ko kung gusto niya talaga. Pero
Sabi
kasi
mo
nga naman,
makapasok, pero
ma'am,
sa kabilang
sandali, ma'am.
dako sinabi mo you prevented her. Alin ba talaga?
Let me clarify, ma'am. Hindi pa ako tapos, ma'am, eh. May
Hindi, iba-iba
Okay,
lang yung sinasabi mo eh.
Ma'am, patapusin niyo ako kung pwede. Kung pwede, ma'am. Okay lang. Kasi ma'am,
Madam Chair,
meron tayong...
I think the resource person is
If you will allow me.
ah?
Sir, if you will allow me. Sir,
Yaw.
Okay, sir.
Kaya nga, but please.
eto,
be-
sir, ah. After all was being said and done, yung sasakyan ni Hanilet, sir, and 5 other vehicles, nakapasok at sinundo sila, sir. Ang eroplano nasa bukas pang pintuan, sir. So, yan, sir, ang isang tumayong balahibo ko nun, sir, noong panahon na nakita ko, naku, andyan yata si VP Sara, andyan si Bongo nakapasok na. Kasi sinusundo na, sir, si Hanilet at saka si Kitty, sir, ng kanilang mga sasakyan, together with the other entourage. Bakit nila sumabay dun, sir, sa tarmac? Bukas pa naman, sir, ang pintuan.
Alam mo, Madam Chair,
Sir,
Nick,
Sir.
you
That's a new
ibig mong
information,
sabihin
sir.
kung pwede pumasok yung si Ma'am Hanilit at saka si Kitty, gusto mo ring sabay-sabay na sila.
Sir, ganito. Hindi ko dinideny na pinrevent ko si VP Sara na pumasok based on the request of the former president.
Okay,
The reason for that,
you prevented VP Sara from entering.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because the reason for that is that 12 hours na ang nakalipas at tapos na ang lahat ng mga delaying tactics.
Nick,
I cannot allow that. And otherwise,
Nick,
magiging magulo pa ang situation,
Nag-expire
sir.
pala yung karapatan ng akusado.
may expiration date pala yung karapatan ng anak na bumisita sa kanyang tatay.
Sir, we do believe, ako, sir, personally, that's my call at that time because I'm operating on the premise na
So
ang
it's your
aking
call.
mission.
So it's your call to
Yes,
violate
sir.
the law.
Yes,
It's your call to violate the law. Dahil nakalagay sa batas, binasa ni Senator Alan Cayetano na bawal na pigilan yung anak na bumisita. So it's your call to violate the law.
hindi sa ganong context, sir.
Oo.
Anong konteksto?
Anong
Kasasabi
konteksto
mo
mo?
lang, talagang hinadlangan mo yung pagpasok eh.
Mr. President, I won't belabor the point kasi sinagot nyo naman, sir, yung tanong ko. Kasi nga, going back to Ambassador Lacanilao, that's a violation of the law. If you look at the law, it says arrested, detained, and custodial investigation. Kung arrested lang to, baka may lusot, 12 hours, 6 hours, matagal na. Pero ang nakalagay sa law kasi, you cannot deny pag arrested, detained, and custodial investigation. No if, no buts tong batas na to because nga, in the past, lalo pagka, wala pa namang internet masyado nito eh. 1992, no? Wala pa masyado yung mga, bago pa lang yung mga, cellphone na ba nito or ano? But ang point, sir, there's no exceptions here. So that's a matter of defense kay General Torre. But just to pursue this, yung doctors ho ba ni President Duterte certified him fit to travel? Di ba sabi niyo, sir, eventually pinapasok niyo rin doktor niya. So nung una, sa video nakita ko, ay hindi pa kasi niyo nasasubmit yung buong video, kaya hindi pa namin nare-review, no? That's why I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Kasi I'm not an eyewitness, I didn't see and even if I'm not an eyewitness, I didn't view the video, no? So dun sa nakita ko kasi, you were denying, the President was saying, you have to make sure I'm fit to travel, and then sabi niya, doktor ko, ang sabi niyo, may doktor na dito, it was a police or military colonel. So eventually you let in some of his doctors, correct, sir? Yeah. Did they certify that he was fit to travel?
I believe, sir, on that argument, we can already
No,
take-
it's not an argument. I was just
Sir,
asking.
okay, sir.
Did
Sir-
they certify that he was fit to travel or hindi sila tinanong were they fit to travel?
It's not part of the procedure for his private doctors for that to do that, sir. It will be the government doctors who will be
No,
taking
that's not
that, sir.
true, sir. Ang nakalagay ho dito sa batas, it can be his doctors. Magiging inutil yung batas if you invite your doctors and then they cannot certify. So, ang mangyayari nun, if they certify hindi pwede, sinertify ng gover doctor pwede, korte ang magsasabi at kakasuhan yung doktor na nagkakamali. Hindi mo pwede basta't i-replace ng government doctor yung, so like now, no? If anyone here biglang nag-faint at sinabing hindi na siya pwedeng mag-appear dito, we have a Senate doctor. But if it's the doctor of the witness who tells us, we cannot immediately judge on the two. Kasi even dito po sa surrender, may mga tanong about being fit to travel eh.
Si Senator Robin nagtsatsaga rito, sabi niya magsasalita din daw siya. Okay lang.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat po sa ating ginang tagapangulo at kay General Bato, Senator Bato. A'udhu billahi minasyaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Bismillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Pasensya na po, ako po kasi may press con. Kailangan po akong makaalis kaagad. Gusto ko lamang pong iparating sa lahat na wala na po dito si Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Ito po mga pinag-uusapan natin, ito po ay pagsuporta lang namin kay Senator Amy. Pero alam niyo po, sa ating mga magigiting na panauhin dito, napaka-ironic lamang po na alam naman po natin lahat, batid natin lahat, na dadalawang pangulo lang po ang lumaban sa komunista. Una, si Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Ano po ang nangyari? Inalis natin sa bansa. Ang sumunod na lumaban po sa komunista ay si Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Ang tanong ko lamang po sa PNP, hindi ko po kayo hinuhusgahan. Hindi po ba nyo tinanong man lang sa mga nag-uutos po sa inyo kung bakit natin dadalhin sa The Hague ang ating dating Pangulo na alam naman po natin na buhay ang Communist Party sa Netherlands. Alam naman po natin na hinihingi natin dati na i-transport dito si Joma Sison, dalhin dito sa Pilipinas. Pero nagkabaliktad po, ang tinransport natin ay yung dating Pangulo natin na lumaban sa komunista. Ito lamang po, tanong ko, bilang ako po'y dating rebelde. Hindi ko naman po yan pinagkakaila. Hindi ko po maintindihan kung bakit tayo po ay nag-submit dito sa mga tiga-Netherlands. Alam naman po natin, kahit po itanong ninyo, ako po ay palagi dyan sa Utrecht. Kasama po si Joma. Hindi ko po yan dinideny. Pero nakakagulat lamang po na dinala natin doon ang dating Pangulo. Yun po ba, hindi po ba alam ng PNP na karamihan po sa mga dumadating na pera sa komunista, sa mga terorista, ay galing po sa abroad? Yan po yung mga tanong na kailangan ko po sanang itanong sa inyo at marinig ang mga sagot ninyo, pero naubos na po ang oras natin sa paikot-ikot. Ako po ay gusto ko pong iparating sa inyo ang kalungkutang napakalalim. Sapagkat sama-sama po tayong lumaban. Gusto po natin ng law and order sa ating bansa. Pero pagdating po sa kaduluduluhan, alam niyo po, General Torre, congratulations, nakadalawang medalya na po kayo. Pero alam niyo po, sir, nalulungkot po ako dahil yung katapangan po ninyo, sir, medyo nakalulungkot po. Bakit? Napakatanda na po ni former President, sir. Ako naman po, tagahanga ninyo sa pagkamatapang ninyo, sir, pero napakatanda na po ni former President. At alam naman po natin, sir, na lumaban yan sa komunista. Alam niyo yan, sir. Sana naging konting, ano lang po tayo ba? Binigyan naman natin ng konting, kung paano natin tinitingnan yung mga medalya nyo. Hindi lang nalagyan ng medalya si Presidente, pero kung sa medalya mag-uusapan, tinulungan niya tayo laban sa mga terorista. Yun lamang po, sir. Sana napakasakit isipin. Ito pong bagay na ito, parang pati itong ambassador natin. Ano po ba talaga ang... ito po ba talagang operation para may aalis dito ang ating dating Pangulo? Kanino po ba? Kasi kami, pinopuwersa kami lahat ng mga supporter ni Digong na i-contempt po kayo. Pero hindi po namin ginagawa. Sapagkat ang order, walang order sa amin na ipakontempt kayo. Kung galing lang to kay PRRD o galing kay BP na pakontempt kayo, kukontempt kita, boss. Baka ako pa magsabi na ako hahatak sa'yo. Pero hindi ko ginagawa, boss. Kasi walang order sa amin na gawin sa inyo yan. Ang natatandaan lang po namin na sinabi ni PRRD na malinaw na ginagawa ng pulis ang order sa kanila. Kaya po namin kayo nirirespeto, sir, dahil yun ang sinabi ng boss namin. Yun ang sinabi ng chairman ng PDP na ginagawa lang ng pulis ang trabaho nila. Pero sana naman, sir, Isipin din natin kung anong itinanim ni PRRD sa bansang ito. Nilabanan natin ng komunista. Talaga bang yan ba talaga ang kapalaran ng mga presidenteng lumalaban sa komunista? Isang in-exile, isang sinurrender? Ano pa po talaga itong bansa natin? Tayo po ba'y demokratiko talaga? Tayo po ba'y under control ng komunista? Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Magandang hapon.
Bawat hakbang, tinik ang iyong daan. Sa sariling bayan, ika'y hinusgahan. Ika'y siniraan ng ganit sa kapangyarihan. Agilang nagnakaw ng pera ng taong bayan. Pinapasan mong lahat ng dusa. Matatag ka, hindi gaya ng iba. Ngunit kahit sugatan, kahit lumuluha, iniisip mo pa din kapakanan ng iba. Bongbong, hindi ka kailanman iiwan. Loyalistang hanggang dulo ay nandyan. Kasama mo kami sa lungkot mo at saya. Pagkat Pilipinas, ikaw ang pag-asa. Sa laot ng unos, ikaw ay nag-iisa. Iba'y nagbubunyi sa iyong pagdurusa. Ngunit lahat ngayon ay malinaw na. Katulong mo ang Diyos, nag-iba sila. Ipinaglaban mo ang lahing sinumpaan. Nagkalat peking balita sa mamayan. Binabaliktad nila ang katotohanan, pero hindi na naig ang kanilang kadiliman. Bongbong, hindi ka kailanman iiwan. Loyalistang hanggang dulo ay nandyan. Kasama mo kami sa lungkot mo at saya. Pagkat Pilipinas, ikaw ang pag-asa. Ikinuhit ng kasaysayan ng pangalan mong dalisay. Ngunit bakit tila nais kang burahin at siapolakay? Sa iyong mga mata, may luha ng matinding pagdurusa. Ngunit sa puso mo, bayan pa din ang inuuna. Bongbong, hindi ka kailanman iiwan. Loyalistang hanggang dulo ay nandyan. Kasama mo kami sa lungkot mo at saya. Pagkat Pilipinas, ikaw ang pag-asa. Bawat hakbang, tinik ang iyong daan. Sa sariling bayan, ika'y hinusgahan. Ika'y siniraan ng ganit sa kapangyarihan. Hagilang nagnakaw Lampasan mong lahat